Hello students, today you're completing the labor movement during industrialization. The objective is what can we learn about the labor movement by comparing the Haymarket Riot, the Homestead Strike, the Pullman Strike, and the Ludlow Massacre. So the instructions here say, directions, you will read about one of the four major labor-related events in U.S. history from the industrial age. Read about your event and fill out the table below based on your reading. When your group is ready, share the information about your labor movement event with the group, using the information to complete the table below and the analysis questions that follow. The analysis questions will be in a whole different video. This video is just for me to read your strike, and then at the end I'll go back and read the analysis questions. So as you're reading, make sure you highlight the information that you need for your chart. So it looks like you need to fill in for industry, people involved, and what happened, cause, effect, impact. Okay, this one we will go ahead and read about the Homestead Strike. Homestead Strike 1892. Historical context. Owned by Carnegie Steel Company, the Homestead Steel Mill in Pennsylvania became nationally known during the strike of 1892. Carnegie's corporation was known for cutting costs associated with labor to achieve higher profit margins. In the early 1880s, the standard work week at a Carnegie Company steel mill was about 85 hours a week. Laborers made about an average of $10 a week, about $250 in today's dollar value. Most of the workers in his steel mills were Eastern European immigrants. In 1889, the Amalgamated Association of Iron and Steel Workers had won a favorable contract with higher wages. In 1892, Carnegie's plant manager at the Homestead Mill, Henry Clay Frick, tried to negotiate a new contract with the unionized workers. In his list of demands, he included increased production demands while also proposing to lower the wages by 22%. On June 29, 1892, the union went on strike. In response, Frick locked the workers out of the plant and sent for 300 Pinkerton guards, who were from a private detective agency who could be hired to do work on behalf of or protect any private citizen. Events of the Homestead Strike. When the Pinkerton Guards arrived on July 6th, they were met by 10,000 striking workers. The two groups battled nearly all day, with the striking laborers winning after approximately 10 to 15 deaths on both sides. Frick and the sheriff of the region appealed to the governor, who sent in the state militia to force workers to end the strike. The militia occupied the mill and surrounding areas. Meanwhile, the Carnegie Corporation was able to get production up and running again by convincing some striking members to return to work using threats and intimidation. Up until mid-July, public support for the striking workers was strong. This changed on July 23rd when anarchist Alexander Berkman attempted to assassinate Frick. Unsuccessful, this attempt on Frick's life largely shifted public sympathies to be with the Carnegie Corporation. Newspapers called the striking workers, mostly Eastern Europeans, horrible names and blamed them for the economic damage to the steel industry in town of Homestead. The strike didn't last much longer. The militia occupied Homestead, Pennsylvania until October, when workers, feeling overwhelmed, abandoned the strike. Effect and impact. The Homestead Strike effectively crushed and collapsed the Amalgamated Association of Iron and Steel Workers. With the Amalgamated Association virtually destroyed, Carnegie Steel moved quickly to institute longer hours and lower wages. The Homestead Strike inspired many workers, but it also underscored how difficult it was for any union to prevail against the combined power of a corporation and the government. That is the end of that. If you need to replay this to listen to it again, go for it. And then go fill in your chart, and then go look back in the transitions class for the analysis questions to be read. It should be the last video in the list. Thank you.